Sophia Baumgartner. You're watching Blue Bud Sports TV. Wow.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Bud Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the fight, the heavyweight, highly anticipated unification rematch between current unified Mexican heavyweight superstar boxer Andy Ruiz Jr. and former unified British heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua will be taking place this upcoming Saturday, December 7th in Saudi Arabia. The fight is starting to take shape, right? It's almost fight week. Monday will be fight week for this fight. With that said, the undercard is already set. We know we're going to get fights like Dillian White against Maurice Watt. We're going to get Michael Hunter versus Alexander Povetkin. You know, there's going to be some exciting fights on this card. This card itself is going to be very, very exciting. So with that said, you know, it's shaping up, right? So the referee has now been announced. The referee for the fight has now been announced, right? You're going to get Ruiz PABON, 53-year-old out of Puerto Rico, refereed 488 fights. As of late, he has refereed the majority of Matchroom and Dazn fights. That's where this concern is coming in. He hasn't refereed a mega fight. This is the biggest fight in boxing this year. You understand? We had Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, that was highly anticipated in itself, but most people felt like Deontay Wilder was going to win that fight. We also had Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence in the Unification welterweight showdown. Most people favored Shawn Porter in that fight. Errol Spence in that fight felt like Errol Spence was going to roll over Shawn Porter. I told people that wasn't going to happen. It was going to be a much better fight than, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. You know, but with that said, this is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing in 2019, right? Why? Because what took place June 1st of 2019, when Andy Ruiz upset Anthony Joshua. Nobody saw it coming. Now everybody wants to see, he was a 20-1 underdog, Andy Ruiz. 20-1 underdog. That echoed the same upset as Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas situation. The only difference is we never got a rematch to see if it was truly a fluke with Buster Douglas, or did he just have Mike Tyson number, or was it just one of those nights for Mike Tyson? Nobody knew. He gave Mike Tyson the first loss, first blemish on his resume, and he did it in dramatic fashion in knocking Mike Tyson out. Andy Ruiz dropped Anthony Joshua 4 times and ultimately stopped him. So going into the rematch, a lot of people want to see, does Anthony Joshua still have it? Does he still have the mindset? Was it a fluke? Was it a gift from the gods like Anthony Joshua said? Does Andy Ruiz just have his number? Did Andy Ruiz get lucky? Is Andy Ruiz going to fall victim to his own success and get comfortable? So there's so many questions that need to be answered, and this is what makes it so intriguing, right? So with that said, you would expect the most experienced referee possible to referee this fight, right? There are tons of them. No, we get Ruiz PABON, who is, like I stated, as of late, been refereeing most of the Dazn and Matchroom fights. It's not a shocker that this fight is on Dazn. So I know people are going to say, well, Blue, it's on Dazn. He's been doing Matchroom and Dazn. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is fairness, right? Is it going to be equality? Is he going to be fair? Is he going to favor Matchroom and Dazn? Meaning their prized possession, Anthony Joshua. This is a must-win fight for Anthony Joshua. By all means. We saw the situation with Carlos Takam and Anthony Joshua. They had to protect their prized possession, right? They had to protect the cash cow. They stopped the Carlos Takam fight as Anthony Joshua seemed to start to fade and show signs of fatigue, and Carlos Takam was having success on the inside. The first sign of trouble, the referee stopped the Takam fight. We saw with WBO Unification Championship match against Joseph Parker, who was then undefeated, who most people thought lost the fight to Andy Ruiz, but nonetheless, he got the nod. The judges saw it a certain kind of way. That was in Andy Ruiz, Joseph Parker's backyard in Venezuela. Andy Ruiz got the short end of the stick, and most people thought he won that fight. Here we go again. Joseph Parker was not allowed to work on the inside by the referee, which saw the fight take place at a distance that favored Anthony Joshua, and to nobody's surprise, Anthony Joshua was victorious. Joseph Parker was not allowed to do much work on the inside, point blank and period. With that said, Joseph Parker also didn't put his best foot forward. But nonetheless, the referee should have and could have allowed Joseph Parker to work on the inside, and who knows what would have happened, right? So now we have a referee, Ruiz PABON, who stated, and shout out to my brother, Boxing Ego, man, because I first got the news from him. And then I looked it up, and I did my research and saw that Ruiz PABON is a majority Matchroom and Dazn fighter, referee. He's 53 years of age. He's from Puerto Rico, and he's refereed 488 fights. So, with that said, are they going to let Andy Ruiz is 6 feet tall at best? Anthony Joshua is 6'6". Anthony Joshua needs to keep this fight at a distance with range. Andy Ruiz needs to fight on the inside. Is this referee going to allow Andy Ruiz to have his advantage and work his way on the inside without continuously getting break, let's break, like Joseph Parker? Is he going to give Andy Ruiz the benefit of the doubt? Is he going to let Andy Ruiz do what he does best? Because he needs, obviously, to get on the inside. Is he going to award Andy Ruiz these tactics? Or is he going to fault Andy Ruiz for these tactics? And another thing is experience. Yes, he has 488 fights, but not to this magnitude. Not to this magnitude. This is a huge fight. You have guys like Tony Weeks. You have guys like there's so many guys. Bayless. There's so many guys that you could, the pick of the litter, right? With mega fights and have this experience, right? You never see these types of referees referee Canelo Alvarez fights or Floyd Mayweather fights or any of the big name, Manny Pacquiao, right? It's always an experienced referee because the referee too is under a lot of pressure. The referee too is under a lot of pressure, right? And the moment may get to him. So you need a big referee, the third person in the ring, to have big moment experience. Now, I know you guys are going to say, well, how do you get the experience if you don't get the opportunity? You're right. But do you want to risk a fight of this magnitude with an inexperienced referee? Or you get people that's going to say, well, this referee, we know he was for Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and Dazn, right? It was obvious who he favored. You understand? You want to remove all doubts. And if you're Andy Ruiz, aren't you questioning this? Did you do your research? Do you understand who this referee is and what he's done? Right? Because I believe that Andy Ruiz Jr. needs to do his due diligence as well and do his research and make sure he understands who this referee is, how he works, watch his fights. Does he favor one guy? Watch his fights where you have Matchroom fighters fighting guys from other networks and other promotional companies like Top Rank fighters or PBC fighters. See how he reacts in those moments. See how he reacts in big fight moments. Are he stopping these fights too soon? Is the moment getting to him? Right? These are things that Andrew Ruiz and his team, I hope, are doing their due diligence and making sure, doing their research and making sure that this is a proper situation. If not, they need to wave a red flag and start to say, listen, we need to shed light on this situation. We don't know about this referee, because it's not hard to fly in another referee. It's not hard to make a change, right? It's not too far. There's a referee ringside just in case something happens to a referee, so they jump in and replace him. So it's not hard at all to get a replacement referee, right? But, I just hope we see the situation with Dillian White and the B sample. We see the situation with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and his testing. They trying to move the fight. We saw the situation with Carlos Takam. We saw the situation with Joseph Parker. You make your own assumptions, right? Make your own conclusions. But, It's not a coincidence that this referee is brought in. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's all I got, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Should Andy Ruiz make a fuss about this? Should Andy Ruiz's antennas be raised? Should he be in question? Should he be worried? Because we just don't know what could take place. Is he gonna get the benefit of the doubt in this fight? Who knows? But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.